Christmas is less than a month away. I know that's the highlight of everyone's day. Spiro comes up with a 1-on-2, and it's all T-side Kinguin. Not a single CT-sided round won by Renegades. And the first map crumbles beneath them. It was their map choice as well, which is a scary thought.
Yeah, absolutely. We move on to Mirage next, and that's been the stomping ground for Kinguin throughout this tournament. They played it twice, had some really impressive results in it. I did say if Kinguin could take Dust 2, I expect this to be a 2-0. I stand by that. But the good news is for Renegades, they've had time. They'd probably be expecting this one coming into the map pool. At least had a couple of days now to at least watch some demos and work out what the nuances of Kinguin are, and maybe they can kind of adjust and maybe counter-strat them. But the problem is the way that Kinguin are hitting today. Like, their star players are turning up. Mihu, Mouse, and Spiro to some extent as well. It'd be difficult to shut them down just in the raw firepower.
Yeah, I mean, Mouse was excellent at holding down the B site. We saw that from the very start. The pistol round as well. He picks up 3 and then follows it. And the next, I think he may have even picked up 4. I could be wrong on that. But was very good at anchoring, and Mihu was very good at finding kills. Rollin as well, it was I thought was quite good in mid-round situations on the T side.
Just good decisions. When he's like, when he found frags, wasn't overcommitting, making sure he's doing his absolute best to win the round. That's what I liked watching about him. He knew what he had to do, and just to give him the best chance of winning the really key rounds there, and actually shutting them out 10-0 on the T side. Very impressive indeed.
He's a very passive lurk in that way, but he still makes it work. So it's quite good in his decision making. He knows when to step up, as you say, and find those kills. So Mirage, we do shift to again. You mentioned this, big wins for Kinguin on this in the groups. Been very convincing on this map, and Renegades are going to have to step up tremendously. CT side for them on this, it's not quite as reliant on setting up to counter out defaults, so that's more aggressive in some ways. There's a little more creativity, I'd say, than Dust 2.
Well, the CT side was a problem for Renegades. They're going to have to find and plug those holes on the CD side for sure. But we go into this one. Renegade side on the T side. 4 sets of armor. Those smokes here, they're going to have a Molotov and 2 flashbangs, in fact. So 5 players towards the B halls. Mihu, though, a strong line of defense to kick things off here for the CT side. He does spot a couple of players there. The flashbangs come in. Looks like they will be committing at this point. B-Rush comes in.
Mihu spotted and taken down on Ricky, but it's JKS, and you still got to pull this back, so we're still dead even. Good play from Rollin. That's going to drop bomb, at least for a moment, give them a bit of time to rotate in before that's grabbed. It is traded back by Ustillo in the end, who now finds his 2nd frag in the round, but he's now got a 3rd. Furlan falls. Yeah, I'm just trying to cover this off. Bomb's still down, though. Mouse knows that, realizes it's been picked up, knows that means Ustillo's on the left somewhere, but where's the 2nd player? Over toward bench. Gotta find that angle. They've got to go for the plant as well, which means it's basically a 1 versus 1 while that's going in, and they're going to be smart about this. Rotate away. He realizes it. Now, the advantage of the map for him is that if he gets to catwalk fast enough, he can see through connector. Can't quite spot them getting through the vent, but he can still see them inside of the site. Knows it now. 2nd shot doesn't even matter. Yam. Lovely headshot on the USP.
That's broken the duck at least 10 rounds in a row against some Renegades, and managing to pick up the T-pistol here. That put them in good stead going forward. And it seemed like it was an impressive round for Kinguin to kick things off there. They got the first 2 frags, but quickly replied by Renegades. They managed to shut down the CT rotations. Like you said, good decisions there in the 2 versus 1. They knew where the player was, Mouse. It's towards short. They take a bit of a risk. They're getting towards kitchen, but it works out for them. And Yam finishing things off. They have a stylish headshot there. The buy comes in from Renegade to be 4 Galils, a Mac 10, and they have got all the grenades to work with as well. It's the benefit of getting the Galils out in the 2nd round. You do get more utility to work with here. No real force buy from the CTs, though. They do get some CZs and Deagles, but no body armor purge. It doesn't matter for Spiro, though. He rips off the head of Ustillo to kick things off and falls back as well. No damage taken. So that's a great start. The Deagles, very effective on this map. Lots of long-range duels to take. Well, then. We all do have the smokes and the firepower in Renegade's favor, but that's now a stern message to the terrorist side.
Spiro's going to pull back in with this Deagle. And that's even better. Mihu on to Ricky. That starts off very well now for Kinguin.
Yep. What can you do about that? This isn't even a force buy, and they've got the 5-on-3. I do still expect Renegade to take this one, but still, it's looking very promising for Kinguin.
Furlan waiting in sandwich. It's next to the pistols, which will apply, but first they got to get by Mousino, who's in the corner. This could catch them off. Another headshot potential could dink. Damage is enough when they're already up in this situation. They still have the man to work with, and JKS on 6. On sandwich, they're playing tight proximity. They're playing definitely close as they can. He's gonna back away slightly, spots the low HP. JKS still gets the jump on him. This now turns it, but watch the flank coming in. This could be enough. This could be everything they need. Rollin again, of course, going to be the one to show up exactly when it matters. Bomb's going in. Yam's going to be exposed. Gets the shot. Bomb denied. JKS on 6 HP. Rollin does take down Yam, but again, that was traded, so it is still 2 versus 2. Rollin the last alive. Jumps over top. Doesn't spot JKS down below. And the man with 6 HP is the man that gets most of the kills to win the round for Renegades.
He gets 5, in fact, man.
Did he get the ace? Well, there you go. Not only most, he gets all. Just clarify.
Yeah, but he gets all of them. And low HP as well. Very nice stuff from JKS there. Looked very scary at one point. Those Deagle shots rattling through the bodies there. of the Renegades. Like I said, though, I still expect them to take it still. JKS stepping up tremendously, just hitting all the shots required, and it will be 2-0 as we go into round number 3. No force buy from the CTs, though, but still inflicted some damage to the economy of the terrorists. It's going to be another beat rush here. Flash is over, stick together. Molotovs go in as well, just eradicating risks as they go in. It should be quite an easy round, all things considered. And you still open things up with a headshot towards Mihu. And there's just going to be a flurry of kills. And you can see the top right of the screen is lit up with Renegade kills there. And we will find a clean sweep and a 3-0 for Renegades.
3-0 indeed.
Well,
but now we get the guns up, and it's going to be an immediate glass cannon on Spiro.
Yeah, didn't really force too much in that second and third round, so they managed to get 4 M4s. No kits, though. They do have the smoke grenades and incendiaries and a glass cannon on Spiro. We'll see where he decides to go, presumably towards the window. We'll be scoping up towards mid, and I like this from Renegades, though. This is the first gun round. You know, the CTs are limited in terms of their actual economy, so they might not actually have incendiaries or maybe enough smokes to actually hold you off. They're getting for a full execution the first round here. Quite a fast one as well.
Very fast. JKS in, but too fast, perhaps, because Mausino's got 2 to line up. Again, he's good in these anchoring positions where he just has to play angles in his favor. Overcommits that time, and Ricky, Yam, they're going to start to fight back for Renegades. First gun round going a little bit differently than all the others as Spiro finds into Yam. It's very little left to work with as Ricky finds one, but only one, and now they get a response Kinguin. They're still money up quite a bit of it as well on the Renegade side, so they'll bring out another AWP. But Kinguin fights back with a little bit vengeance. The only one without a kill so far on their team is Furlan, but Azur's not picked up one for Renegades either.
Yeah, here we go then. Nice round there. Like I said, from Renegades, quite standard to see. And those first gun round situation in the CTs are going to be limited. Going very quickly indeed towards the A side. Doesn't work out for them though. Malzino's expecting it. We know he's got very good aim indeed. He manages to find 2 and slow them down completely. It's going to be the first real gun round here though. They're all back in the hands of Ricky. 4 AKs to go around him as well. No SMGs this time. And Furlan, he'll be slightly limited on the CT side, but still, CT's looking quite strong here as we go into round number 5. Straight towards connector. It will be one terrorist player. It's got past Furlan as well. They've spotted him. It's tight, but they managed to get the first 2 frags.
Yeah, problematic situation indeed, but Spiro getting to the top of middle. Watch this AWP. Knows he's in there. This is such a tight shot. Still manages it. But then manages to find an equal weaponry in return. It's Ricky to get the shot. He's going to back away. 4 versus 2. Renegades responding. Mouse inside of the A site. Rollin locked off in the window with the smoke is going to give B entirely to Renegades. They've walked in from Cat as well. Ustillo. He'll double check. Gam. Watch out toward the window. Triple check. Make sure everything's fine. Get the bomb down. So this is going to be straightforward at this point in time. No kits working out right now for Kinguin, which they could have bought given that they won in the last round. Although I say that the 2 players left alive didn't have the money for it, but Spiro and me who may have. Did they buy? I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. They're not going to win the round, Henry.
They're not. You're correct there. Well, just 2 players remaining. It's Malzizo and Rallen with the AWP. But at this point, it's a pretty harsh reset. You can see they actually went all in terms of the buy. So they're going to get $1,400 into the next round. So they just need to save this AWP and the info to have any chance of winning that next round. So they are separated right now, Rallen towards the window position. You can see the T's knowing how valuable these kills will be. They know Miles has got the AWP as well. So try and hunt him down. Probably can sacrifice maybe 1 or 2 players on the hunt, but no, they're going all in at this point. Malzini doesn't worth facing anything. The exit frags aren't that valuable to him. He just wants to stay the AWP. The fire goes off once again on the main stage. We have brought all the pyrotechnics here on the final day.
It's true. I love pyrotechnics. I'm a pyromaniac.
Yeah.
My goal would be to try and roast a marshmallow when the bomb goes off in that quick 2 seconds when the flame blasts. That would make me very happy.
Don't singe your eyebrows.
Eyebrows are overrated.
Well, there it is. The force buy comes in from Kinguin. We did say it's a pretty harsh reset. They do manage to balance things out with UMPs and a FAMAS. Saved over that AWP and the M4A1S. Still, the Renegades. They seem to be calling strategy at the start of the round. This thing, they're committing to them, trying to control the money situation. This time it's towards B, it seems. Flash comes in, and a missed shot from Miles gives an opportunity to actually commit to this.
And they've actually gotten inside of the site. That flash from Az that turns around, finds Brawlin as well, walking back in from the catwalk. Well done again from Renegades to get in this site. 5-1 is what the potential scoreline will be. They're only up by 1 man, as Mihu does pull back Azza, but JKS is immediately on the case. And already Furlan's backing out of middle. Spiro, he'll wait for anyone to push through this checker position and catch them off. He still won't wrap Bents to catch him, so he's got a good position for exits, in fact, and Yem's getting closer to that position, making a lot of noise about it as well. Out he goes, down he goes. So gun grabbed and upgraded onto the AK for Spiro.
Indeed. Well, there it is. B-sided set piece there from the Renegades. You can see them flashing off the potential AWP towards the B apartments there. Worked it quite nicely. Mouse, he had to hit that first chance if you have a chance of winning that round. He misses it, gets taken down. And there was some nice entry kills there from Azza. Kill towards the van position, well, I should say bench position, and then looking towards short as well. Lands those first 2 kills. Round's pretty much over that point, but the CTs do save once again. An AK-47 and a UMP this time. Probably can't justify the force around this, but 5-1 in favor of the Renegades. After an abysmal showing on the CT half of Dust 2, it's looking much better for them. As we go into round number 7. Like I said, no force by coming in, but Spirit has got the AK. We'll go towards the mid position, trying to find that first kill, but 2 players going to be challenging him. He's actually gone quite aggressive towards underpass here.
Spiro, meanwhile, as you say, getting aggressive, has to consider the fact that there's really no one out in mid right now. So what's his escape? Does he push all the way through underpass, try and catch off Yam inside of the apartments, or does he wait for timing and Furlan to give him support to walk out and catch Azza? Because he's definitely locked and isolated at this point in time.
Yeah, his teammates have got a flashbang as well. It's in the hands of Furlan. He's
going to go
in a
aggressive.
position to help him out, but yes, you're right. Here comes a flashbang. Completely wrecked by that one. Yam takes him down, and they've got the 5-on-4. It's a key frag to take considering he hit the rifle.
You see that flash thrown almost... Oh, lovely shot, Ricky, onto Mihu as he jumps back up. You see that flash thrown almost every single round. I'll talk through the end of this because it's pretty straightforward at that point in time. In fact, no damage done even against Renegades. You see it thrown, and you never really see it work. That's why you throw it, because in that situation, he very easily could have been caught off. You always take the precaution, and usually, most times, okay, either they're hugging the wall where he was by default, or they're back toward middle with an AWP, but it's still enough to move their aim, move them out of the position, and you can at least get into the corridor. That time, it, like you say, completely wrecked Spiro.
Well, another buy comes in for Kinguin, still clutching at straws here. Glass cannon on Spiro once again. We do see him AWPing the majority of the Mirage map here, but still, Kinguin haven't really got into this one as of yet. They did win that first gun, right? Instantly shut down. Renegades in a commanding position. Their money's starting to swell as well. They've got 2 players, making 3 around the 8k mark. So they can afford to be a little bit more reckless here. Ricky goes down to 32 HP to kick things off, though.
Lovely shot. You still out. Furlan gone again. Still with Spiro on this glass cannon. They can't find him in a position to open up a pick. He's going to stay towards CT stairs instead, with mid being really the name of the game right now from Renegades. They've taken over this position so many times. They've got to find an alternative, and I have to say, there's not much push on Catwalk. And this time when they try it, they lose it. Mihu gets isolated out window, and Ustilo's already made his way into ladder room, so they've got a lot to work with now on this Renegade side.
Yeah, and so much time to play with as well. 1 minute remaining, and great positioning on the map. The CTs with his 2 on either bomb side is hoping the Spiro can deliver. He's got the glass cannon, no utility. Just needs to start landing some shots here. Does have the opportunity. That was a key one. Doesn't actually manage to connect it. So he's going to be confrontation from the Palace area. JKS finds Malzino. Spiro takes him down, but still they know exactly where he is now. Can use the flashbangs to take him out of position.
He's going to get pushed well and truly out of this. Still doing damage. Yam hit 38, very low. Brings the M4 back into the equation, but Rollin is well removed from the action. Mihu falls as well, but Rollin now has an opportunity. Chance toward the connector. That's gone. Taken away. Given that Spiro goes down, he's just going to have to sit, save, and it's going to be a timeout call. Spiro's already typed it into chat, so this will be a reset for Kinguin to try and regroup. Remember, there's only 1 timeout per game, a 2-minute timeout in this rule set. It's the old one.
Yeah.
Gives Lord a bit more opportunity to talk during the game.
Yeah, both these teams with coaches as well means they can have input throughout the game. Doesn't have to just be in the pause time or the freeze time. They're able to talk, and if you want them to call, I wouldn't say that's the best idea these days, considering we do commonly see the new rule set being deployed.
Yeah, well, ESL definitely has. We know the major's coming up,
Yeah.
so everyone's got to start to get ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly beneficial to get your in-game leaders ready to go in that setup. Yam is now the in-game leader for Renegades. He obviously was the main AWPer before, and the man on the screen right now, Ricky, he actually came in that role, and Yam moves over to in-game leader. We'll see what happens here. Kinguin, though, maximum loss, no, 4th stage loss bonus. Saving them for once again. Money's not looking great. Can't really justify force into this one, I would say. They could do a little partial buy, things to get $3,400 coming to the next round, trying to see what they can do with this M4A1S. But still, Renegade looking very strong here indeed. Key players starting to show up now. Good to see them bouncing back after having a really hard time with Dust 2 there, especially in the second half. 10-0. People were explaining that the CT side is a problem for them, but I didn't expect them to not pick up a single round. That was a little bit disappointing from them. So just taking the pause at this point. Good news is Renegades, they get to use this pause as well. They can probably try to start to work out what kind of adjustments will be coming in, where the exploits have been shown for the CT side here. Just go for something completely different. They can go for something a little bit quicker, try and find where the adjustments have been made and just get in and end this round quite quickly. To be fair, there should be another eco coming in for Kinguin, so it should be a round going in their favor anyway. Kinguin is using this time just to slow things down and work out what their approach is going to the next gun round.
Yeah, Roland being the only buy so far on this call with the armor. And when I say only buy, I take that back because he could pull that gun over. But either way, it's going to be Spiro 3100. They're so close, but yet so far, even with 4 rounds against, to justify it. You might, yeah, I mean, upgraded pistols. Yeah, they're going to start to do that now. So they've got a deagle out of Mihu. WP, and the way Renegades has been approaching this site with a 7-1 lead, especially in middle.
Yeah.
How do you contend that with just the one M4?
Yeah, you can't really. This round is like, I don't think they're anticipating winning this one at all. It's just basically just taking some time just to kind of calculate themselves, work out what they do in the next gun round. They can try and do some of these CZs and Deagles. We've seen they have got the power to do that. But 1 M4 in the hands of Rallen. Whether he goes towards window or maybe pushes to B apartments. Like that's what we're deciding to do, considering his spawn. Towards B he goes. And like I said, yeah, so this is good, nice from Renegades. There's another set piece coming in. Just eradicate the risk, drop all the smokes you can. Maybe wait for some initial aggression to come in. It's going to be Ricky to challenge first, it seems. 2 players in front of him. Can't nail the shot this time.
They do go aggressive. They try and make it work, but the rifle's in position, and it's down they go immediately after. It's only Mihu and Roland remaining, and Roland smartly in the back lines has that M4 to hold. It's a little bit closer, wants to try and do what he can. But with bomb planted, I would highly advise that he just keeps the gun further and starts to build the bank back up for Kinguin.
Yeah, really nice set pieces here from Renegades. You can see it's very well drilled. The smoke's dropping as well. The Molotov deployed perfectly behind the smoke as well to stop any sort of rotations or the CTs even think about jumping up a ticket booth. There's not a possibility at that point. And they keep 5 players alive here. And Rallen will be keeping that M4 towards B. Couldn't have got any better for Renegades. The only weapons towards the B side of the map as they're trying to hunt him down. At least know where he is. He does damage as well. And there it is. Yam finishes it off. 8-1 now for Renegades, but this is where things get interesting. But look at the money for Renegades. Almost 16k on Ricky. Same story for Yam as well. They are looking very good for the rest of this half, I have to say. As we go into round number 10. Money back in Kinguin's favor. The AWP comes out on Spiro. 4 M4s as well. They do have 1 kit this time. 1 incendiary. Certainly not stable at the moment, but they're more promising buy going forward.
How's on A, Spiro. Going to rotate around through the vent and get in toward connector. This puts a lot more pressure. Now they're starting to apply it. This is what the timeout was called for. Mihu does get on that cap position, finally finds another frag as well. Last time we saw them with a deagle. It was quite lovely, but they didn't have the weaponry to convert the round. It was one of their closer ones, I have to say, as JKS will pull back onto Furlan. And they've done it. They pushed them out of middle that quickly with 3 players there. That's more the approach they need. They dropped the bomb inside of the site. Ricky's still left with the AWP. And he needs to be careful not to overcommit to the B, because if this goes back down to a 3 versus 2, there's always the chance. They're going to group up. He gets shot, but lovely reactions. Mihu had him dead to rights on the edge of the smoke, and Mihu's able to turn and, or rather, excuse me, Ricky's able to turn in time and take him down. This is going to leave it to exactly that situation we talked about. The problem is still that the bomb is in A. There's a minute to work with, no less, but it's going to be a very, very, very tough flank for Yam to try and pull off. He's gone toward B. What he wants to do is try and get through Checker, get in behind them, and catch them off. Spiro toward the window room. Oh, Yam's just started walking. I was going to say good start to hear him, but Ricky's got Spiro down. So now it's 2 versus 2. Ricky's going to wrap back around through T-spawn. Yam's inside CT. They're going to pinch both of the players into this bomb position, and they've got 38 seconds still to work with.
Well, that's Spiro giving his position away. It's such a risk there. You know the AWP's towards middle. No real reason to face. You've got the bomb locked down, and Yam now coming in for the perfect flank here. It could work out so nicely for the Renegades here.
He took so much time to walk all the way over to B. He orchestrated this. He knew what he wanted to achieve. He knew the position he wanted to get, and he took the long way to get there. He's in the sight. They're not spotting him. Malzino's in shadow. First shot's going to bait them out. Roland will take down his teammate, but there it is. Yam on the flank. Spotted out in the end by Roland. That was a big play for him to try and make it. It nearly pays off.
You can see them running out of time there. Ricky just firing off a shot just to show, yep, I'm towards A-ramp. Don't worry about CT spawn. It's covered. And Yam just can't find the frags, the positioning to actually capitalize. He finds 1 kill. Ricky there, this was a real nice shot towards window. Is that shot from Spirit? I'm not sure why he would take this. You've got the bomb locked down, both your teammates watching it. Just watch connector. Just watch their flanks. You don't need to actually worry about anything else there. Just taking those faces was very problematic and keeps the money in Renegade's favor for sure. They've done a lot of damage there as it comes down to a 1v1 in the end. And there we go. Spiro, I thought he was going to nail that shot. Apparently he doesn't connect. And we go into round number 11 here. If the CTs were to lose this one, it's a double eco, considering the manpower they lost there. As a great frag towards the connector. Very confident.
Even with this new approach of putting Mihu and Rollin now this time as well, more aggressively onto Catwalk, look at the utility that's deployed. There's 4 smokes in mid. There's nothing they can do. They're all locked out, and Renegades just waltzes in once more. JKS takes Mauzino. That isolates off the A site. Rollin is over toward B, but he's already backing away from this and realizing that it's pretty much Spiro on his own at this point, 1 versus 4 on the A site.
He might as well fall back as well. If his teammates has bailed him. Yeah, he can't. You're right. If you still into a city spawn as well, you are done for. Well, there it is. That is going to be such a harsh reset now for the CTs. Double eco all day long. Can't really do anything about this. And yeah, you can see the money on screen now. 2 players on 0. Make it 3 with Spirit on $50. Mauzino with just 300. They only get 1,400 the next round. They save a weapon. That sort of helps things out, but now discovered. And there's so much money for the TZ. Might as well try and hunt him down and just punish him for trying to save him. JKS in a perfect position to take this final kill. Can't find it just yet, but they should be able to take him down. Like I said, so much money. They might as well go for it. They're pretty much set up for the rest of this half. Like, either way, it's not a big deal, even if he does survive. Full reset for the CT. It's not like he's saving an orb.
He's still out. Spotted up in the end by Rollin. Will go down. That'll give him his position away, and Ricky just gets there in time, but Rollin actually gets him as well, so keeps his gun, forces up some reinvestment for Renegades. That starts to matter because they've only got 1 round, not hardly that, in fact, but 1 round in the hand for 3 of the players.
They are going to force into this. There was little to no money available for them. They get out a FAMAS, a UMP, a CZ, and a P250. It's not great, but it's going to take some extraordinary play here from the Polish side to actually win this round possible. They boost up on the B site. And maybe just a little B rush coming in. All 5 players committed. This boost could work out for them. They've actually got a B stack here. So let's see what happens for the CTs running against that first frag.
That boost up for Spiro in the corner as well. He's not yet spotted. That gives him the pistol shot. Ustillo with a gun to grab, but he's spotted in the end by JKS. Edge of the smoke. He made it all the way over in front of the window. Watch Mihu. Good shot. Good headshot. Follows it up as it goes down. And Kinguin, as you say, forcing in. Able to pick up round 3.
It would have been a double eager regardless. So, you know, CZs. P250s, the boost, I like the look of it, and it's a straight up B rush. That's why B rush is valid. I think we've had this conversation a million times. When you know they're going to be on a full eco like that, you have such a dangerous potential there running in towards the side. Just try to get it over and done with as quickly as possible. Yes, you have a good chance of winning the round, but if there is a stack there and you haven't ascertained that, you run into the lion's den and you can see what can happen when you just do rushes on towards his anti-eco. So Kinguin to find a lifeline here, 9-3. They have some weaponry to work with. Still not out of the woods in terms of the reinvestment. If they lose this round, still going to be in eco territory.
As has gotten so far up middle every round, it's shocking.
Yeah, we haven't really seen any sort of like mid-aggression from the CTs. To be fair, they haven't really had the money to even justify that. They've been clutching at straws every single time. 9-3 now, coming to the closing sectors of this first half. Mihu in a good position to take that. Ustillo should be able to guarantee this kill. In fact, he doesn't. Does some good damage, but not giving his position away. He has to just smoke up and hope he can fall back towards short.
Ricky gets the shot to Furlan, though. That'll make up for the fact that Ustillo did take so much damage. He's going to hold with bomb as well. 3 players still inside this position. Azza finds Mihu's completely surrounded. Couldn't go forward in ladder because Ustillo's holding him off. Couldn't go backwards in window because of exactly the reason we saw. Now, we'll get on to JKS. This will open his position wide in the A site to try and peek out toward connector. That doesn't matter. Look at the frags coming in again for Renegades. It's all down to Rollin. Could be sneaky in this position, but the problem is, even if he does get one in connector, which he won't do, Ustillo's still behind him from the ladder. 10 now for Renegades. And Kinguin face the reality where they're left with little money once more.
You're absolutely right there. Has to be a force by this point, 10-3. After winning the force buy with the pistols and FAMASs and UMPs, it's going to be a very similar situation, but without the M4 this time. 1 FAMAS in the house of Mauzino, and 4 pistols around him. What's the play this time? It's a little A stack. I think they'll just probably push A ramp at this point with flash over, try and find a kill. Pretty much all they can hope for here. It's not going to be a rush this time from Renegades, and they learned the lesson from that previous round. Let's be focusing towards mid. That's what they had most of their success, to be fair. And if you're fighting the frags almost every single time against the rifles, why not do more of the same here against the pistols? Number 14. Desperate round for Kinguin here, but we know how powerful they can be with these Deagles and CZs.
Again, they're inside of middle. Again, they look toward the A site when they do so. And again, it's Azza. Not surprising at all as he starts to work in. Mihu's going to watch it from jungle this time. They've stacked up over toward A with these pistols, and I think that's already been figured out because they're taking the bomb toward the catwalk position, go back through the smoke and start to work inside of B instead. JKS with 2. Walks out from Palace. Spiro is behind him over toward A ramp. Could potentially get an AK out of this. still there. There it is. Does find him in the end because he's not sure that he's that far away, but they're going to hunt him down. They know exactly where he is. Haz is already there, and there it goes. So no gun saved over for Kinguin. Renegades find 11, and it may go to 12.
Yeah.
They're going to have the money to buy, but it's... Actually, I take that back. They don't have as much as I thought. I thought they would try and get a little bit more out of this with Famasas, but they only have the CZs.
Yeah, they only got 1900 and they force spawned the last round. So just CZs, PD50s, and a 5-7 should almost certainly be a 12-3 here for Renegades. And who would have thought, after dropping their own map, we thought Kinguin, this would be an open shut case sort of thing, going on to Mirage, being incredibly strong in this map throughout this tournament. Haven't really arrived here on the CT side at all. Renegades with a great performance on the T side of the map. We have to remember what we saw in Dust 2. Great performance on the T side, moving to the CT, not so much. So need to make sure they can guarantee this 12th round. You think that's pretty much locked in, but we'll see. Never say never. As we go into the round number 15, it's been an incredibly quick first half here. CZs, PD50s to hold off and just getting some map control right now. The Renegades get towards the ladder room. We still will be holding that position. Or still towards the top and middle. Look at that first round. After takes the initial damage yet, and then he goes down to Rollin.
Good shot back from Rollin on that CZ. Better shot to take down Ustillo. Now they've got something to work with. Man advantage. They picked up an AK-47 on him. He's got 47 HP as well. Fitting, perhaps. But does he give that gun away, given that everyone else has armor to work with? They've got a second one. Who's going to rotate over to grab that, but that puts him out of a position to rotate back to CT stairs. He'll be timed. Thankfully, they slowed just in time to get in position before they walk in from A main. It's JKS that's going to lead the charge. Well, it's off the A sign, perhaps, to bounce under Shadow. Only two to work with. You'd expect one of them would go in that position because it would flush out Furlan effectively, and there it is. It's thrown, but Mihu responds to it. Here's it, goes for the peek, it finds out Yam. And that Molotov didn't go far enough. Still in the corner. They leave Furlan completely alive, completely well. He goes for a peek, and as a result, he takes down JKS. It's falling apart for Renegades in this round. It's just Ricky remaining. Starts it off. Well shot, well struck. As he finds Rollin, one of the two AK-47s, but Furlan's made his way into the corner, and it's going to be 11-4.
There it is. They do manage to pick it up, just with pistols as well. And what's the default there from Renegades? Not as quick as we saw before, not getting that connecting control, focusing towards short, and the round did fall apart, kill by kill. They get back towards A, and Ricky is the last player remaining. And that could be interesting now. 4 rounds, considering how well we've seen Kinguin play on this map, could be enough. They win the pistol once again. They got 10-0 on the CT side of Dust 2. And that's... I'll be switching over. 10 rounds on the T side, I should say, sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
You know what I mean.
I know what you meant. No one else did. But they don't matter.
It's the CD side's been lacking for Renegades here, but we'll see what happens. Swapping things over. We did see a full B rush from Renegades on their pistol. I assume Kinguin will be a little bit more tactical. The common pistol strategy is to smoke towards those steps, jungle, and then you're pushing into CT spawn after planting and it's controlling those rotations. That's pretty standard for most teams these days. B rush, certainly viable. It just comes down to the CT hitting that initial shot. As we get into this one then, we'll have a look at the buys. 11-4 in favor of the Renegades after dropping the first map. Looking to stay alive here. If they do pull this off and they win the pistol, take this map, we can move on to Cobblestone. But the buy comes in. It's going to be 4 sets of armor, only 1 smoke for the terrorist side here. 5 sets of armor once again for Renegades. Not having that security with the diffuse kit and the smoke. And will be 5 players towards the B apartments here. So the smoke you can drop at the end of the B apartments, take the vision away from the CTs, or maybe drop towards kitchen or short. There are a few options there. Or maybe you're just on the side to guarantee a plant.
They're already fast on it. Ustillo in the Yamaz just going to try and rotate back around from Cat. Ricky's in that same position, but Furlan's busted in. Good shots. Kinguin starting off well. 2 quick kills. Bomb going to get planted on this. Miyu's the one to try and do so, but it's going to be Spiro going down to JKS before Mouse can respond. Taking out then JKS. Wow, good luck, sir.
Just got that through the smoke at about 100 meters away towards shore from the B apartments. That was actually quite nice. Anyway, there it is. It's quite a simple approach there. A delayed B rush coming from Kinguin, managing to nail the first few shots, and that smoke goes down towards short. They're locking down the rotations at that point. So both teams focusing towards B, and Kinguin do win the pistol once again. This is how it started to fall apart for Renegades in the first map. And I was going to say, presumably won't force into this like they done Dust 2. They were quite conservative on the second round, but we'll see what happens as we go into round number 17. They have forced into just Ricky, who keeps things a little bit stronger in terms of his buy, just the USP for him. Obviously, once that open the first gun round will be the Eagles once more.
Mihu, Furlan, Mao's all leading the way onto B, with Ustillo the only one directly inside of it right now for Renegades, and he's going to get aggressive. Try and get up and get some information, but that information is that they're already inside of the kitchen. 3 players on the right, 3 players peek back out. Mihu's got the shot. And now they'll bust in with speed, with grace, with dignity. Without Spiro, no less, because Azur's found him. Now, just keep in mind, is only on 17 HP, but bomb is going to be planted, and they'll keep the positions inside the apartments. Azur's going to try and flank that. Could find, potentially, Rollin.
Yeah.
But he's still in a position to turn around and look at him as well, and doing exactly that. It's going to be Rollin with the kill.
No kids to welcome Fifth. Bless you.
You lock me in a box with you, Henry. Eventually, I'm going to start sneezing. As Ricky tries to get in behind the pillar at the arches. He's the one with the back 10 picked up. Good shot. As he gets me. You remember, Mouse is on 1 in this, so there's a bit of damage done, but 3 and 3 for Ricky and Yam. They're going to back away. No kits in this.
Yeah, do we have a name for this box yet? I was thinking like the casting chamber. Kind of works. You like that?
Not really. I don't know. Something about torture chamber would be along those lines.
Or
Caster.
the casting dungeon.
You did have the onomatopoeia in the first one. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Well then, it is going to be save pistols and some armor for Renegades. They get a Mac 10 as well. The Eagles saved them a couple, but ultimately Kinguin running away with the round. Once he comes to that B side, not really much Renegades to do. I think they're going aggressive here towards middle. Mac 10 in hand for JKS. Let's see where he's actually going to be. He'll be holding the Palace position, but the rest of his teammates trying to find that first frag. A very defensive off from Kinguin. They've been great in these anti-eco positions, never really committing at the start of the rounds. They want to feel out the map first, see what's up against them, and then start to find the frags one by one. Looks like an A-sided attack though. Flashes go over, going to be sticking together. And presumably find his kills towards CD Spawn. Not much we can do with that deal, but maybe you can do something. The Mac 10 actually works out for JKS.
Does indeed. Takes down Mihu. It's Mazzino to take him back, but Az is immediately there to find Spiro. And watch this push coming out because they went so aggressive in mid. Ustillo's going to be inside T-spawn. They're still not in a position to plant. Good shot from Furlan. Should allow them to do so now. As it gets back inside a connector and Ricky's trying to buy them space. It's still Ustillo that needs to get close. And he wants Palace rather than ramp. No plant. They're starting to look for that flank. They're not going to expect it to come from this angle. And Furlan's waiting with bomb inside Sandwich. Ustillo's not spotted, but I'm not sure he's been spotted in turn. Now he has. Shots come through. That gives it up. They've got the perimeter covered off, but they don't have the weapons to work with. And as such, they're starting to lose the man as well. CT stairs dealt with. Ustillo gone in Palace. One lovely shot from Ricky. He's got 71 HP, no armor, but low HP on Roll, and he pops back out. Body shot's going to grab him. It's a one-on-one. Bomb not planted. He's got to go forward. Mazzino to grab that. 34 seconds will give him ample opportunity to do so, and he'll safe plant. In behind triple. Sprays go through as a result. Does do a little bit of damage as well. Takes him down to 49. Ricky's looking for more. He's looking for a little bit of luck, I have to say, on those shots. Still 4 bullets left over in the mag as he crosses onto the stairs. And smartly, Mazzino's backed as far away as possible from this to play the time, to play the angle, and force him to tap this because he has no kit.
He knows he has no kit at this point. There's no reason for him to have one. He can just wait the full 6 seconds, 7 seconds before he even faces at this point. I think it's worth the risk. Don't even go in. So Mouse, yep, not panicking at all. Maybe he's a bit apprehensive at this point. Still wins the round, and it will be a little bit scary there for Kinguin. They managed to win the round there. So 11-7. They started off 11-4. They managed to get the 3-0 here, but the first round comes in. Renegades back on the AWP. You get the M4s here, but this is the big round. If Kinguin can pick it up, almost guarantees an Eki going to the next one. And this is their map. I'm expecting them to show us what they're made of on the T half here. No kits for
What are
Renegades.
you made of, my man?
Oh, all sorts. You don't want to know.
Definitely don't. Not interested. Please don't answer that question. Spiro, he's going to try and answer a question over toward B, and that's exactly, where's Ustillo? Well, without vision, you won't find him. Vision taken in another form now as the smoke deploys as well. Yam is back out in top mid. Again, they get aggressive spots at Mihu, but doesn't stick around for the fight. That pulls Spiro all the way back. They can't afford to give up a kill at top mid with bomb sitting at Horseshoe as it is. That would be timely, costly in so many ways. Mihu's flash back in. 2 players still there. They managed to still get the frag. AWP misses the shot. Low tag, 37 left. And watch out, though, because Furlan, he's done well to get through lower. Knows they're pushed up and grabs the kill immediately to pull it back to 4 versus 4.
Like a mouse, though. He's actually managed to get up towards Tetris here. JKS has no idea. Doesn't have the backup from his AWP as well towards CT spawn. He's just focused towards that Palace position. It's no matter of timing who's going to come out on top here. I think at this point, Kinguin to slow things down and see what Mazzino can do at this point. But it's not going to matter. Ustillo takes down Spiro. That's the AWP drop. So, advantage for Renegades here. 4-on-3.
Ustillo knows that bomb is down, though. And he's starting to push up to find out where Furlan has gone. If he finds this kill and Az is able to get up middle, they've got bomb covered off, but he doesn't find it. Very important frag for Furlan to get because now that opens up bomb, but they want to bring it back to A. That means holding onto the site. JKS taking out Rollin makes that a little bit harder as Malzino's got to go back on the hunt. Gets in towards Sandwich. Ricky's not yet peeking. He's gotten into the corner as well tightly, but watch that gun sticking out. I think, oh, he's definitely spotted. Yeah, absolutely saw that gun barrel sticking out to Ricky, and now he's got to get aggressive. Flashback through. 11 seconds. Bomb, it's going into B. It's going to be planted. That means Malzino needs to stay alive. They pulled him off of this, so it's a 1 versus 2, and that bomb just barely goes down in time for Furlan.
No kits here. 2 versus 1. He's got time to adjust himself towards kitchen as well. A very common position. Most CTs will be aware of this, but they've got no nades here. Okay, 1 flashbang. That's about it. Flash is used. They know he's going to be there, and he doesn't nail the shot. Azza comes out on top. Very scary round, I have to say. Didn't really seem clear as to who was going to come out on top there. Some great positioning and nice flanks coming in from Kinguin overall. The Renegades picking up the round there. Ricky is rotating in and back up JKS, and I'm surprised he stayed alive as long as he possibly did. Bomb goes down towards being the 2 versus 1. Like I said, most T's in that sort of clutch position do go towards kitchen, so you're obviously going to be looking at that angle, waiting for them to face. The Renegades pick up a very important round. Like we said, if they lost that one, almost guaranteed to be an eco. And now, okay, force buy from Kinguin. 3 Tech 9s, 2 AKs. Options are limited with those weaponry. You want to actually maybe just go for an execution at point, a step piece, try and push through the smoke to those Tech 9s.
And the reason being is then the Renegades just won their first round of the half. They're still low on money. If they can win this, they start to take the momentum away just like they did on Dust 2.
Yeah, you can see most teams after winning the 3-0, you'd normally have money over after losing that first gun round, but they've been so tight. It comes down to those one-on-ones, and they only bring 2 AKs to the party here. Like I said, we want to be going for the step pieces on these sort of buys. Looks like they're adjusting for one of those now. They have got the smokes ready for them. One's been deployed. Still have 2 available, and I think they will be heading towards the A side. Yam and JKS. Backed up by Ricky as well. They are anticipating an A side of attack here.
Smoke out top connector. Ricky can't see through it. This double stack, though, as you mentioned. 1 above, 1 below. Yam gonna be in prime position, catches 1, sprays through, can't convert, but they're not gonna expect the second presence, and that's what exactly JKS is hoping for, and it works out, takes the bomb out of the hands of the T's on the way to the site. It's just the Tech 9s remaining now as well on this force by Rollin. Just getting out of the bottom and middle now. Ricky's gonna have to watch across. Azza's got a smoke, but that won't bother them. They've got that bomb covered off.
Indeed.
Next kill could change it though, because you still is well removed, still over at B.
Oh.
And going passive, they let them up the top. Just give Spiro the bomb. Azza's got to repeat that. Does successfully take him down. Not much to worry about. Rollin's going to get traded, but he's still slipping in.
13-7. That was the force by coming in from Kinguin as well. I don't really think they can justify the same going into this one. So Renegades presumably will be finding round number 14 here. Looking quite comfortable at this point. They've got past the really difficult rounds there. And we go into round number 21. It will just be Glocks for now. Okay, we are forcing into this one, it seems. Kinguin going in once again. Similar buy, lacking the AKs this time. Going to be having Tech 9s across the board. Some nades to work with. Not fully invested. Mouse still has 2K. Furlan, same story. 3 of the players are all in though.
Stillo's going to start looking out toward the apartments as well, but this time with 4 already over onto A, and these Tech 9s and smokes. Watch for a fast plant execution. They've baited out the 2 standard default utility smokes in both Palace and on the A ramp. They've lost their lurk. And that smoke is now deployed. CT spawn in front of JKS. They go for the close one as well. I take that back. It's going to be the wall, but not the bench smoke, giving Yam an angle, and Yam's got just enough to take the bomb away from them. JKS pushes back through as well. And the fast plant, which they were hoping for, will not be achieved. It's Mao's left versus 5, locked inside of the Palace, and he is not the prince. He is going to be usurped.
Yeah, well, this force buy hasn't worked out at all for Kinguin here. It will be 14-7. Nothing Mouse can do, I'm afraid. The bomb's down on the sides, and it doesn't look like he'll even find a single frag. As I said, though, Yam does give his kill away. But at least they've got the information now. He doesn't manage to pick up a rifle here, so Mouse is set to fall back. Waste some time, it seems. Maybe just trying to save the Tech 9, but it will be 14-7 eventually. And that means going to the next round, third stage loss bonus for $2,900. And yeah, they're pretty much in force by territory. 2 players did keep the money around the 2K marks and get 2 AKs out, maybe 3 Tech 9s to go with it. They have pretty much have to force by this point. A couple of SMGs could be appearing as well. There it is, 2 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, and Rallen on the UMP. They have got smokes to work with here, but you feel like this is going in one direction at this point. They're just clutching at straws every single round. They need something to arrive right now. They're going to have any chance of getting back into this game.
And if they don't, Cobblestone awaits for map 3. Remember, it was a convincing T-side that pulled Kinguin away on Dust 2. He gets back toward mid, smoke out to kill off those flames. That'll give him a position perhaps to try and peek through, but it's going to be 2 coming in the underpass. Spiro up close. Flash in, push through. Yam's there to support it. They know the read. And they're reading it well. JKS as well as watching the front of A main. They don't have to get too worried about anything coming in from Palace. He's got that covered off for them, so they can focus wholeheartedly against where they found Spiro. As he using smoke to his advantage on Catwalk, pushes back out, dinked up down to 11, has to back away, but he's got his kill on me, who nearly gets caught by a jump from Roland. Doesn't matter. It stays to 5 versus 3. His job done. And he's gotten information on them as well. Bombs down toward Horseshoe, and Mouse just rotating in to try and support Roland and Furlan to get anything out of this positioning. And really not working out, is it?
No. This is going to be a 5-on-2. Mouse and Furlan, they do have the AKs, but really much to welcome here. 5-on-2 and no nades. Furlan towards connector. Bombs down near T-spawn as well. So 45 seconds remaining. Need Furlan to have an absolute monster play here to have any chance out of this connector position. Does manage to get that first frag, but Ustilo comes in for the fast flank. 15-7, map point picked up. Cobblestone looking very likely at this point. It's going to be another force fire, of course. And Kinguin never really arrived here. This isn't the same Kinguin we saw throughout Mirage in this LAN tournament. We thought this would be 2-0 all the way after them picking up Dust 2, but Renegades were really, really convincing T-side here on Mirage. Looking like they had a solid game plan, locking out Kinguin in every situation. And they're going to potentially the last round here. It's going to be Galil, UMP, 3 Tech 9s. Not ideal by any stretch of the imagination.
Perfect. The glass not half empty, Henry. It's half full. They've got just enough to make it work.
Right. Okay. They'll probably win this round, though. Yeah.
After that, yeah, definitely have to. It is a little bit more focused onto B side this time, and same thing. They're going to try and go for fast flashes over and overwhelm Ustilo. They've gone for 2 smokes, 3 smokes. They take that back. Both of them on Cat, and one of them inside of the site toward Bench. They found that kill as well quite effectively, but unfortunately, they can't follow up the shot onto Azza, who goes through the smokes, finds the kill, and then slips back into the darkness behind. It's Furlan holding off on Bench, though. Good position. AK's going to find the shot on Yamp. Swings wide, but can't find Azza. It's down to just 1. It's only Spiro remaining in a 1 versus 3. And Tech 9 bomb planted. Can't really spot it from his position. Just see just the edge of it, but they'll be able to cover that off, or will they? Good headshot. Nearly finds the second as well. 4 HP, but it won't matter. Renegades will go 16-7. And pull back map number 2, tie the series at 1-1, and force out Cobblestone.
Well, I stand corrected. I thought it would be the 2-0, but Renegades with a solid game plan there. You could see PK with the dossier of information. He had printed off stats and strategies, and he has seen a solid game plan there on the T side. Very impressive performance from them. They look very confident, especially Azza towards that mid position, constantly getting in towards that connector as well. And it can seem like they had a good understanding of the CT setup of the Polish side and managed to lock it down. Much better than the Dust 2 performance, I have to say.
It is much better than the Dust 2 performance. If you want to look back on that, you can do so. It's on the Score eSports application, which is on the Google Play Store and the iOS App Store. I always want to confuse those two because why not? They're respective app stores. You know where to find it. Yeah. Go look it up. There's lots to be found there. We've got lots more to come in this series. Cobblestone.
Yeah.
Interesting. A little bit different than the 2 maps we've had with execution-based and a little bit aggressive available for the CTs. That's not so much available on Cobble, and we've definitely had T-sided teams thus far. We'll be right back.